Well, I'm probably being a bit ambitious starting this series off with Tokyo, because how impressive a destination can you think of as your first one? But here's a video that I recorded a while ago about what I was expecting when I went to Tokyo and what little bit of planning I did. But the one thing I've learned since then is, from watching all the other videos and travel logs, is that Tokyo is what you make it. So I thought it might be fun to show you my expectations, and then in the next week or so, run through what the reality was actually like. For an example, everyone's seen the picture of people standing in front of the pagoda with Fuji in the background. This is what I actually got. So have a look at what I was expecting versus what I actually get in the next video. So enjoy. Are you planning a trip to Tokyo? Do you have any expectations? What have you pre-planned? Have you been? What do you wish you hadn't planned? So let us know what you think. Right, I've been meaning to put this together for a while. We're actually going to Tokyo this week. Totally out the blue. It came up as an opportunity and I decided to do it. I'm taking my eldest kid on easiest book. You're not going to see a lot of them in the Tokyo videos because they're a bit camera shy. Have volunteered to stand behind the camera a bit. Might soften as we go on. So anyway, Tokyo. Let's talk about what it costs first. We've gone with British Airways, and it seems to be about. I've been, ever since we've booked it, I've been looking at what price you can book for, and I can't seem to see it for any less than about 800 quid return per person. So the whole package with British Airways, including a relatively nice hotel, which is one of the ones selected by British Airways, so we know it's going to be at least half decent. The package is kicked in at 2,400 for 2 people. That's for 10 days. Now, also in that, we've elected to have the slightly dearer seats on the plane. It's an A380. Now, the A380 is normally configured 3-3-3, whereas towards the rear of the plane, it's 2-3-2. So we thought it'd be nice to have just the two of us sitting next to each other. Might regret that after 12 hours sitting next to book. I might wish we'd gone unassigned and ended up at different ends of the plane. We'll see. The hotel is in Ryogoku, which is on the outskirts of Tokyo. It's still almost walking distance from Tokyo Central, but it's the other side to Tokyo from Shinjuku. Now, everyone wants to stay in Shinjuku, and to be honest, part of me does as well, but because we're parents and child, a lot of the twin rooms are actually a big double bed. Now, I don't want to share a bed with my kid, it's that simple. So, out in Ryogoku, the rooms are a little bit bigger for your money and you get the option of a twin room. That's the main reason for being out there. But it looks like a nice area, good transport links. In fact, the Ryogoku train station is next door to the hotel, so that shouldn't be a problem. Right, so I know nothing about this place other than the fact that my kid wants to go. So I've spent the last 6 months watching YouTube, and I love to plan on a holiday. I never land anywhere without some sort of itinerary. So what we've done is I've planned an itinerary alongside watching some great YouTubers. The two I would recommend watching are Cakes with Faces, a girl called Amy. She's very about passing on information and she's good at it. She gives you, it's fairly neutral. She's obviously drawn to the slightly quirkier places because she's slightly quirky, but she's a good watch. And another guy is abroad in Japan. I watch him because he lives there and tries to impart information. He's a bit more of a videographer. He's more of it's quite entertaining watching him. But between the two, I think I've got a balance of what to expect. So there I am, 10-day itinerary. We've got 2 days spare. And the one thing that I've not been listening to from these people is that you miss what Japan is if you go with too much of an itinerary. So I've skimmed it down a bit and we're arriving on the Saturday. Now, it's a really weird one. We leave Heathrow at 9 o'clock in the morning and we get to Tokyo at 7 o'clock the following day morning. Now, I've tried to be clever and do my jet lagging before I actually get there. Now, I've done stuff like this before in my life, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So our flight is Friday morning, so we're going to stay awake all of Thursday night. So we're going to get on a plane at 9 o'clock UK time, absolutely knackered. So it's 12 hours flight, so we're going to stay awake for the first couple of hours and get the food, because we want some food, obviously. And I'm hoping we're both going to sleep something between 6 to 8 hours on the flight, ideally towards the end. So we're going to wake up in Tokyo pretty close to 7 o'clock in the morning, having had the equivalent of a night's sleep. So I'm hoping that will have aligned our bodies a bit to Tokyo time, because the other option would have been getting on a plane just after getting up, flying for 12 hours, arriving somewhere, having missed a night, and I don't think that would work. But I'll let you know in the video how it went when we've actually done it. Right, so on the Saturday we're just going to be settling in. We're not far from Senso-ji, so we're going to pop up there and just totally freelance it. Sunday, haven't made any plans. We're hoping to, I'm toying with going to Kamakura to see the Buddha and go to Enoshima, but that's not set in stone. Monday we're going to Team Labs, and that's not a bad place to walk back through Tayosu. I'll learn to say these places, Fish Market, and on to Odaiba, where there's a pretty cool theme park. We learnt a lot about that off Paolo in Japan. He was quite interesting. Tuesday we're booked to go Mario Karting in the morning. I think we're going to regret this because apparently it's a bit frowned on locally. And the Sky Tree in the afternoon. Wednesday's another day that we've not got anything booked, and I did have stuff booked but I've pulled it out. Now Thursday I've booked a manga lesson for Book, because Book is a really good manga artist. I've booked with a professional tutor who it turns out they've actually heard of. But the reason I can't release this before we go is I haven't told them that I managed to get tickets for Studio Ghibli. Now Studio Ghibli is really hard to buy tickets for from the UK, and we fell into the same trap as everybody else of staying up the night before, 2 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock Japan time to get the tickets, and the whole thing timed out. We didn't get tickets, we were gutted. We had 3 of us in different computers in different towns trying to do it. So I've been on Fiverr and I've found out that a Japanese resident can buy them for you. And it just so happens we've ended up with 2 sets of tickets, so that's going to work out well. But this is what I haven't told Book, because Book was absolutely devastated. So I can't release this video until we're in Japan and they're skipping around their hotel room. So that's the Thursday taken care of. Friday again, nothing planned. Saturday we've booked a trip to go to 3 locations where you're in with a fighting chance of seeing Mount Fuji. I'm quite looking forward to this because we go to a traditional Edo village. We go to, I'm not sure if everyone's seen the picture of the pagoda with Fuji behind. We might stand a chance of snapping it from there. Or we go into the banks of Lake Kawaguchi. I've probably said that wrong as well. If nothing else, we're going to see 3 different places and see what happens. Sunday, nothing planned, and the final Monday of our 10 days, because we're flying back on the Tuesday, we've booked to go to Disney Sea. It's the most unique of all the Disney parks, so I wouldn't have wasted a Japan day on something if it wasn't so unique, and we're quite looking forward to that. Now it sounds like I've thinned an itinerary down quite a bit. It turns out I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days that I've got nothing planned out the 10. But that's the thing with the place. I half wanted to go to Hiroshima, but we looked at it. If you fly, it's an hour to the airport. It's an hour to the airport at the other end. You're going to spend an hour in the sky. You're going to spend 2 to 3 hours travelling between airports or in the sky. Coming out of a day, it's not going to give you long there. So we looked at the bullet train. Expensive, but it's doable in about 4 hours each way. At least it's city to city. But to make it pay, you'd have to buy the JR pass. And I don't think we've got enough room in our schedule to do another trip to somewhere like Osaka. So really, to make it worthwhile, we'd have had to stay overnight. Now, I really want to go to Hiroshima, but not at the expense of it costing me 2 days of my holiday. So I've given that one a pass, and for the same reason we're not going to Osaka and Kyoto, which we'd love to do. But because they cost you 2 days of your holiday, I think Tokyo needs, for the first timer, to just do Tokyo. We're still going out when we do the Fuji and the Enoshima and the big Buddha. But I think that's it. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up because it is purely a taster of things to come. I'm going to edit some pictures over the top and release it to the world once we're in the sky, so that Book can find out where we're going on Thursday. So please follow, please like, and I'm going to be posting stuff on Insta, Twitter and other old people's social media while we're away, so I'm going to flash up my my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram handles, so if you want to see what we're doing while we're out there, they'll be coming up. You'll probably be sick of them. Thanks for watching. Please look at my other videos, consider subscribing. If you're seeing this while we're out there from the 17th of June to the 27th, and you think there's something we should try that you haven't seen, let us know. Thank you.